All right, let's go. Welcome to a new episode of eCom Reality, where we talk all things e-commerce, Shopify mostly, meta ads, email, and SMS. Because in this one, I actually want us to talk about SMS and how, to some extent, even email, but specifically for this video, SMS is like passive income cheat code, right? Because everyone talks about passive income with dividends and so on. That's super slow. I mean, I'm investing in stocks, I'm getting dividends and so on, but they are super slow. So to come back to eCom, SMS, and how they are connected, because from experience, actually, if you go to a website, you've probably seen those pop-ups or those small circles that give you a discount code, right? And what they do is basically they want to incentivize you to actually buy. So they will give you some kind of discount code, either like percentage or probably a certain dollar amount. So anywhere from, let's say, 5% in some cases, maybe even lower if it's a high priced item like $1,000. But also could be 10%, 15%, 25%. You could get a big discount usually on your first order. And why is that? Well, because especially with consumables, but with almost any brand, the goal is to get someone to buy at least once, right? Because even for myself, right, as an agency owner, if I get on a call just once with an e-com business owner, they'll know pretty for sure after that conversation that I can help them. I can help them increase their revenue, increase their profit, decrease their costs, so many ways, right? It depends on what they want at that point, right? And the biggest thing is just like getting that initial foot in the door, attention. And I'm talking about SMS because I was just looking right now over some platforms, Klaviyo, Attentive, Postscript, all three of them work. I have experience with all three of them, and I can say just that there's no one platform better than others. It just depends if you know how to use it, right? So they all do their job, so I'm not going to say that this one does a 5% better job than the other one, because like 5% doesn't matter, right? We're talking about actual better results than that. So why do I want to talk about this? Well, when you go to a website and you get that pop-up, the take rate, so how many people actually put their email and SMS in there, usually can be anywhere between 0%, if no one puts it, to also higher numbers such as 30% or even more, right? That means that every 3 out of 10 people puts in their email and or SMS, and that means that you can then remarket to them. Maybe forever, maybe not, it depends if they unsubscribe. But the reason why I'm saying this is a cheat code is because right now, of course, I'm not working with brands just starting. So I have bigger lists, I would say, in terms of email and SMS. However, you don't always start with the bigger ones. So that's a luxury that you have over time, right? But these are the brands that I work with, right? Already established ones. But the thing is that almost anyone can do it, even if you're just like starting out. But even if you have a big list, because most of the brands that I work with are established. But here I am on a Saturday looking at the data and realizing that they really aren't doing a great job. And the reason is that, of course, they don't work with me, meaning that some brands, of course, don't really work with me on email and SMS, but at the same time, I do have access because the trust is there. And because I have access, that's why I can actually give them advice that helps their collaborators, you know. The main reason why I'm not really focused on email and SMS is just because, first of all, it's actually easier, like really anyone can do it to some extent. But then when it comes to like even doing it better, because me and my team can do it better, but at the same time, paid media is a priority because that's like harder. It's very hard for anyone to even be close, let's say, to the quality that I know me and my team can offer. So that's why that's the focus, because I know it's such a rare service to offer at a higher level, right? So it's lower competition and harder, which makes it good as an entry barrier. But besides that, let's come back to SMS, because why am I saying passive income here? Well, you just set it up once. You just set it up once, and then it will work forever, more or less, right? If you have a 15% discount or $15 discount, right, on a product, that pop-up will always be there for years. Like, you can set it up now in 2025 and it can still be there in 2030, right? And it will just grow and grow and grow, and you don't have to do anything, and it will run automatically. It will send SMS. Let's keep it at SMS. And this is something I would say really popular to some extent in the US, meaning that people aren't that, let's say, afraid of spam in general, and that's why the take rate is so high. That's why I say I have so many brands that have tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of SMS numbers that can be marketed to. I'm seeing a chunky dog here. But the thing is that over time you do get a huge user base of SMS numbers. And the thing with it is that I've seen it done wrong, totally wrong by brands with campaigns, because campaigns and SMS in general isn't cheap. Like, if you send to 100K people, if you don't make, let's say, if it costs you 5K and you don't make at least 25K, then you're actually like losing money. You could have put that money on Meta and it would have been the same thing. Even though it's not a 5x ROAS, don't forget that you actually paid for that person to be on your SMS list already. Meaning that it's not free. It's already someone who you brought to the website, right? And if you pay, let's say, a $3 cost per click, and then like 3 out of 10 people actually subscribe, then that means you probably paid for that person, I don't know, maybe $10, you know, something like that. So you paid for them $10. If they don't spend at least 50 with you, then that's not a good email sent. So these are details that you just get by actually being in the trenches and working with multiple brands, because there are different thresholds, right? For example, you need like a 10 ROAS if it's a high priced product, and if the cost to get that SMS was actually higher, right? So there are different numbers, and I'm really into the numbers right now, because next week with one of the brands that I'm working with, we do want to make some kind of 2026 projection already, which is nice, because if I do it with this brand, then we can more or less as a team replicate it with other brands, so it just makes it easier for all the brands that I work with, right? So that's the benefit of having an agency, good clients, and yeah, just maintaining good relationships all around and working with great people, right? And coming back to the SMS, so to be practical here, you just need one of those free platforms that I just mentioned, or even others. It doesn't have to be these three, but Klaviyo, which is not the best because it's not really just an SMS platform, but PostScript, Attentive, all of this are pretty good. And what I can say is that the flows that you set for these platforms, those are going to be the actual money printers. Campaigns, less so, because like I said, if you send to a huge list, it costs you maybe 5K, 3K, whatever, at least 1K. And yeah, you'll have to make at least 5 times more than that to make sense. So that's why I would say in most cases, you just need to make sure that the flows are really well set up. And you need a couple of ones. Just going real quick through them. So welcome flow, checkout abandonment, browse abandonment. You can even do cart abandonment, because you can actually connect, for example, these platforms to Shopify. So whenever you get, let's say, an abandoned checkout from Shopify as an event, you can actually like introduce that as a trigger in, let's say, Attentive. So that makes it easier for Attentive to know, all right, someone abandoned the checkout, so I can actually send them an SMS, right? So these are things that are pretty easy, like super low effort, I would say, and super high value overall, right? So I would totally make sure that I would do this, since it's just going to make you money, right? And unless you don't want to make money, I don't know what to say. Like, this is so easy, and many of these platforms actually help you to do that, right? Meaning that they actually get you a rep and help you on getting all of these things set up. And it's usually it's like you set it up once and then it's going to let's say print money for a long time. So I would say that's pretty much it. I'm going home right now, having a coffee, going over data, SMS data as well, because that's why I mean, that's not the only reason why my clients love me, but I also love my clients, you know, because it's like, to some extent, they are like friends, family. So looking forward to helping them and yeah, sharing whatever is useful here. So basically that's it for this one. And if you liked it, you can leave a like, comment, whatever. And until next time, peace out.